Bonjour, j'espère que vous allez bien. Hello and welcome. I hope you're doing well. I'm back with another lesson for you, and I will be explaining an extremely important and useful verb trio to you, which is devoir, pouvoir, and vouloir. Can you already sense some similarity? Yes. So before we start, let me tell you that when it comes to learning verbs, so there are two paths of learning any verb, okay? First one is to understand the conjugations. That's very important. And the second part is to know different various uses of that particular verb. Okay, so I'll be covering all of that for these three verbs for you, and I'll not cover it in this single lesson. Today we'll be talking about devoir and 6 different uses of the verb devoir, but before that I will explain the conjugation pattern to you. So stay tuned till the end. I'll be giving you extremely useful sentences that you can use, and by the end of this video you will be able to perfectly use the devoir, because I know I have many students who wonder that devoir means must, but I don't know how to use it. So I'm here to give you that clarity. Let's begin with the video. But don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.
So as I told you, first of all, we are going to understand the logic for remembering the conjugations, okay? And then we will move to the usage of the verb. So I am focusing on devoir for this video, for this lesson, but I will show you the conjugation together, because when you compare, it's easier to remember. See, now for the regular verbs, they usually have just one stem. For example, parler, P-A-R-L, is your stem. Okay, but for these verbs they use two stems. Stem means the first part of the verb. After that you add the conjugation ending to make the conjugation. So for devoir, pouvoir and vouloir, they use a different stem word for conjugations with je, tu, il and plural, third person plural, which is il and elle. Okay, and they use a different stem for nous and vous conjugation. So what did I tell you? Pouvoir, vouloir, devoir, they use different stem for je, tu, il and plural il. When I am saying il, I am including l and on, okay? And they use a different stem for nous and vous. Let's see how. So first of all, for devoir, the stem for je, tu, il and il is DOI. So what you have to do for je, you have to add S. For tu also you have to add S. For il you have to add T. Okay, and here you have to add ENT. Let me read the conjugations. Okay, je dois, tu dois, il doit. Let me remind you, the pronunciation is the same. It is not S and T in the end are not making a difference to the pronunciation. The pronunciation is the same. Je dois, tu dois, il doit. Okay. Now, ils doivent. Ils doivent. Okay. Now, how does it conjugate? As you can see, for il, third person singular, they are all taking T in the end. Okay, il doit, il peut, il veut. Talking about pouvoir and vouloir, they take PEU and VEU as their stem and X as their terminaison, which is ending for je and tu, and T for il. So je peux, tu peux, il peut. If you notice, the pronunciation is the same, like devoir, doit, 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 peut, veut, je veux, tu veux, il veut. Okay, talking about nous and vous, nous devons, nous pouvons, nous voulons, vous devez, vous pouvez, vous voulez. Ils doivent, ils peuvent, ils veulent. Quickly, I'll read all the pronunciations of devoir, because this video will be focusing on devoir. Je dois, tu dois, il doit, nous devons, vous devez, ils doivent. Let me remind you, this is only for the present tense. Whenever you are learning a verb, you have to first go and look up the conjugations of all possible tenses. Okay. Most importantly, the participe passé form to making for making passé composé, imparfait, and future, and also conditional. Okay, so that you can go and look it up on wordreference.com. That's what I use, but you can go and look it up anywhere. Okay, so I have given you the present tense conjugations. Now let's talk about the usage of devoir. So as I promised, I'll tell you 6 uses of devoir. It pretty much covers everything, all the uses of devoir. The first one is obligation, when you have to do something. Supposition, when there is a possibility that you guess. A guess. Expectation, you're expecting something to happen or something is expected out of you. To owe, when you owe someone something or someone owes something to you. I will explain in detail all of them. Devoir as a noun, and should, because this is must, this is should. Okay, let's begin. So the first of all is obligation. Obligation means compulsion, when you don't have a choice but you have to do something. Okay, must, where devoir is used to give a sense of must. Okay, tu dois finir cette présentation. You must finish this presentation. Je dois partir à 13h. I have to leave at, 1 p.m. Je dois partir à 13h. I have to leave at 1 p.m. Supposition. Where you are guessing something. You're not sure, but you're saying this must be the case. Okay. Sophie doit travailler tard. Sophie must be working late. So you're guessing. Elle doit être fatiguée. Elle doit être fatiguée. She's probably tired. Okay? So you're again trying to guess by maybe looking at someone and you're saying that, okay, this person must be tired. One more thing that I would like to tell you here is that you can see this extra E at the end of fatigué, because we are talking about a girl or so the subject is feminine, so we are putting the accord in the adjective here. Fatigué, tired, is an adjective, so we're putting an E. If we have this sentence with il doit être fatigué, then we will not put this E. So all the adjectives in French have to be in agreement with the gender and number of the subject. That's a topic for another day, but yeah, just telling you because it's here. Okay, let's move on to the next, which is expectation. Devoir, to be expected. Supposed to. Je dois arriver vers midi. So someone is expecting you to reach somewhere around noon. I expect, or you are expecting to, you are expecting that you should be able to reach somewhere around noon. Je dois arriver vers midi. Il doit me téléphoner demain. He is supposed to call me tomorrow. Il doit me téléphoner demain. Okay. Now comes a very important and slightly different use of devoir, which is to owe. Je lui dois 5 €. Je lui la. So how do we use it? Devoir plus a noun. So you owe someone some money or something. Okay, it doesn't have to be just money, it can be anything. Je lui dois 5 €. I owe him 5 €. Tu me dois 5 €. You owe me 5 €. Okay, tu me dois une explication. Tu me dois une explication. Qu'est-ce que cela veut dire? You owe me an explanation. Je te dois une explication. I owe you an explanation. Okay, now devoir as a noun has two meanings. One is the homework related to studies, and the other one is duties. It can be your day to day duties or moral duties, whatever. Let me give you two examples. Il a fait son devoir. Now, if I to make it more sensible, let me say it like this. Il a fait son devoir envers ses parents. Envers ses parents, so he did his duty towards his parents. Il a fait son devoir envers ses parents. Il a fait son devoir, he did his duty. Il a fait ses devoirs, he did his homework. Okay, now comes a very important aspect. When you conjugate devoir to in conditional tense, it serves the purpose of should. That's where you make a difference between must and should. In English, must is something which is a compulsion for you to do. Should is something which is the ideal thing to do or which is good to do. All right. So, see the example. Tu devrais finir cette présentation. Now, I converted the same examples into should. Tu devrais finir cette présentation. You should finish this presentation. Je devrais partir à 13h. I should leave at 1 p.m. Okay, so that was all about devoir. Let us quickly do a revision. Obligation, compulsion, possibility, expectation. When you owe someone something, someone owes something to you, as a noun and as should. Obligation, tu dois finir cette présentation, you must finish this presentation. Probability, Sophie doit travailler tard, Sophie must be working late. Expectation, je dois arriver vers midi, I expect to or I should arrive around noon. Tu lui dois 5 euros. I owe him 5 euros, which is 5 euros. Il a fait son devoir. Devoir is a noun. Tu devrais finir cette présentation. You should finish this presentation. I hope it was clear. If it was not, if you still have doubts, you can post your comments and I will try to answer. I hope you liked the video. If you did, subscribe. I will be posting the next video on Pouvoir and Vouloir. You'll be able to get the notifications if you turn on the bell icon. And till then, you stay safe. Bon courage. Bonne journée. Au revoir. Ciao, ciao.